The Supreme Court is now being asked by two major drug manufacturers of an abortion drug, it's called mifepristone, to step in and pause a ruling by the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 5th District.
Yeah, so the court ruled that the pill used in more than 60% of all abortions must be administered in person only, which its drug manufacturers called, quote, unprecedented. So to break all of this down in this controversial case is our senior judicial analyst, Judge Andrew Napolitano.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, Judge. So what is going on here? What can you tell us?
Well, the Dobbs decision, the Supreme Court decision, which repealed Roe versus Wade, said it's up to each state.
Okay.
The state of Louisiana has prohibited almost all abortions under virtually all circumstances.
Okay.
So a woman in Louisiana asks a company in New York to mail this drug to her, and the FDA says, yes, the drug is approved. Can the state of Louisiana interfere with the mailing of that drug and its ingestion in Louisiana? And this is a fascinating question because, as far as I know, no state has ever tried to interfere with the mails before, the U.S. mail, the U.S. Postal Service. So that's the issue that is before the Supreme Court. This is really a defect, in my view, in Dobbs. If Dobbs had found that all abortions are unlawful because it's the killing of a human being without due process, that's the end of it. But by leaving it up to the states, if you're in Pennsylvania where you can't get an abortion, you can go across the river to New Jersey where not only can you get it, the state will pay for it. Or you can ask a drug company in New Jersey to mail it to you in Pennsylvania. This is what happened in Louisiana.
But here's the problem I have with this, and I'm going to switch it to another industry, in alcohol, because various states have various rules. And in some states, you can have like wine mailed to you from California. In other states, you cannot. You have to go through a state license. So how is that any different that the state can say yes or no, you cannot ship blank into my state?
I think the state, listen, I'm as pro-life as the day is long, but I don't think under prevailing law that the state can interfere with the U.S. mail when the FDA, which regulates all drugs in the United States, has said this drug is safe for use. It's obviously not safe for the baby in the womb, but it's safe for the mother to use.
So where does this go from
well,
here?
right now it'll be before the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court will have to answer these questions. Can a state interfere with the mailing of a lawful drug from one state to another? Can the federal court in New Orleans tell a woman in Louisiana how to take the drug? So these are fascinating questions spawned by the Dobbs decision.
Yeah.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.